So what would you say the top maybe 3 items are that you see force a claim to appraisal, residential claim?
Overhead and profit, easily. It's one of the things that came in. Overhead and profit, what that is in a claim that's say $20,000, the standard percentages that are added, this overhead and profit, are 10% for overhead and 10% for profit. And this is if you have a general contractor who's going to sub out and oversee all these trades. It's going to do everything on that insurance paperwork.
If I'm a homeowner and I don't want to have to coordinate, I have a job, I'm trying to make some money. I don't have time to coordinate and manage and find subs.
No.
So I need to look to someone. Some homeowners might want to do it, but
they might want to do it. That's certainly but even if they do it personally, it's still my perspective that overhead and profit is reasonably due if the insured is likely to hire a GC. It's not my language, that's the Supreme Court of the United States. If it's reasonably likely that they're going to hire a general contractor, and there used to be these old rules that if it's 3 or more trades, but insurance companies recently started talking about, well, it's the complexity of the work, and they protected it like they were unilaterally the determiners of what's complex enough. They're not performing, they have insurance risk, they don't have contracting risk, and they're generally unfamiliar. If you got ALDAC, half-cam windows, built best windows and stuff, all they know is they're discontinued and it's going to be a fight, and it's going to be frustrating. That's another one is windows. But overhead and profit, a lot of homeowners want to know, it's like, well, why do I need this extra margin so my GC can do it? I'm just going to go start bidding and getting different. From my perspective, you don't want to hire the cheapest brain surgeon. And something that protects your home from moisture intrusion, all the elements combined, you shouldn't have to hire Uncle Bill down the street. That's not what insurance contracts afford.
Their price is fixed. Their price is their deductible, plus any upgrades they want, or if they didn't have coverage for certain items.
Right.
But
right.
Their price is fixed, so their main concern should be finding someone that can just handle everything for them.
Yeah, from another macro level too, there's some 4,000 roofing contractors in Colorado. The number of general contractors is totally different, obviously a large spectrum. The number of contractors that go out of business because they're not seeing anything more than their materials and labor. You need an office, you need a staff to help support that. People have to get paid. And then the company should hopefully be making some money over time so that unforeseeable moment. That's really what it can come down to, is this crux between the insurance company paid this money out to Uncle Bill and he's not complaining. Why are we challenging this so more than Uncle Bill can come in and do it? And I try to put it in their terms. They don't want Uncle Bill any more than the insured does. That property that they're insuring, nor does the mortgage company. Mm-hmm. Who has really got the first lien to that property. They're not the owners, but not far off. So overhead and profit is one of the biggest ones.
And by the time the claim's said and done on a claim like this, typically we'll have made almost 30 to 40 trips to the house.
Oh yeah,
easily.
Absolutely, absolutely, because you would expect in a project of this size that it's not going to be a simple A, B, and C process. Yeah. It's a long. When that hailstorm hits, and when this hailstorm hits now, we're going to see a lot of these claims 6, 7, 8 months after they started the claim, much less the date of loss. And then when you go into it, that's why there's still a lot of 2017, May 8th stuff being settled.
Yeah.
And it's because the practice of it is much different than the theory. To actually re-stucco and re-window, re-roof, and do the whole house. For custom windows, what is it, 2.5 months?
Yeah, easily.
Just to get
them.
Just to get them ordered. Mm-hmm. There's no relationship that you could have with a window company that's going to overcome that a lot of times. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
So I would say overhead and profit, that's absolutely number one. Windows is a big one. I wish I could boil it down into 3, but if you take any segment on a house, even a paint job as we were talking about, and the turkey leg metaphor dinner, I'll take that. And I'll say Jeff Major gave the best presentation I've ever seen on that at that Los Angeles conference. They're going to not include items that are obvious that they just assume are included in that line item. And Xactimate will spell that out for them. But that's also one thing that I've had many adjusters that I'm working with. They tell me, listen, I would love to pay for this stuff. I really would. I can't. My hands are strapped. Like, stop arguing with me. I can't do anything. Yeah. Just take us to appraisal. This is when I'm acting as a public adjuster.
We see that as well. See that happening as well.
All the time. They want to help you out, but it's the Wizard of Oz or it's somebody who's not in the room, those operating guidelines, that ogre that's not allowing us to take care of this and move forth. And being a for-profit company, that's entirely their prerogative to do so.